visiting Gdansk, Poland. Come along with us. So far, I think this has been the best sleep we've had. Either we were super tired, or it just felt cozy and homey, or maybe because the blinds were down and it was dark. But anyway, we felt cozy and homey, basically. And the girls had a really good night's sleep too, right? You guys slept in? Everything feels cozy and homey, I think, because we have everything here, access to everything. So we're having a feast of a breakfast, right, girls? Okay, look at, guys, look at the view that you have out here. This is interesting too, because you've got all these kind of old style, I guess they're not really old style because they're still here, but communist style building blocks. Isn't that wild? Mm-hmm. Remember, we're going to show you, every single one of them has these murals on it. So this is kind of the same exact style of building. They all look the same here. That we stayed in last night. We stayed back in those ones over there. And what's really cool is you see up in the distance, they've put like these murals all over the buildings. So we're gonna go show you some of them. At least they have beautiful flowers in front. It's different. It's totally different than what we're used to when you live in homes and like you have big yards and like, you know, everything, you know, your own garden versus like living in a community big block like this.
Well, just on the other side, they have little balconies.
Oh, okay. So some of the messages that are kind of artistically drawn out here are political, and some are just completely all for fun.
Because it counts how many bikes come by in a year and today, and it shows the time. So it's really cool. So this is the main central train station here in Gdansk.
Should we go in?
I'm not sure.
Let's go see what it looks like inside. We came by car. We parked just outside the city center, but we wanted to show you what the train station looks like. Here's something good to know. So if you're traveling to a city center, most city centers have lockers here like this. So if you're carrying lots of bags and stuff, it's a good spot to put it for the day.
So this guy here, he was an astronomer, a brewer, and the mayor of this town in the 1600s.
To give you a little bit of a history lesson, and this is like this much out of this much history, okay, because this is complicated. We listened to a good audible last night on the drive, and it's just like, I don't know, it kind of put me to sleep because it was like so complicated and there's just so much history involved. But basically, the reason why you see a home like this that looks like Germany is because this whole area was Prussia. And Prussia isn't Russia, although it sounds the same, but it's completely different. It was occupied by Germans. They actually occupied the land all the way to Kaliningrad, which is now Russia. So you can imagine it was kind of like this huge kingdom of Prussia. And then World War I happened, and the US promised this land, which was access to the ocean, the Baltic Sea basically, to the Poles. So the Poland owned this whole area, and it was considered like a free state. Although it still had a Polish post office, it was kind of like a free state of Poland. So basically they had their own stamps, their own currency, their own government, their own like system basically going on, even though it was part of Poland. 1st of September 1939 is when the World War II started. And it was right in this city, if you can imagine. So they literally came and bombed, and they did like horrible things. All these people were guarding the post office, and literally they executed them, tried them that same day, executed and buried them right on the spot. So very harsh. And so after World War II, there was a lot of tension still, and even though a lot of people were German speaking in this area, they basically exiled them all out. They sent them away and didn't want anything to do with them. And that's why this city has a lot of buildings that look more like Amsterdam than maybe Germany, because they didn't want to have a resemblance to like a Germanic look and feel, although you do see the homes like this behind me. So pretty much this whole city was destroyed during World War II. So a lot of what you're going to see is all rebuilt and fairly new. They also, because they were under communist regime after that, this city is where they started kind of going against, if you will, that regime. And it was in 1989 that they finally were able to get independence from communism oppression.
So me and my sister are searching online fun things to do here with kids. And one of the things is this, they call it the splash zone. I think that was the name, I forgot the name, but basically kids like to come here, get wet. So they have the Granny's Kitchen, that one restaurant we went to in Krakow, but they only have 2 in Krakow and 1 in here, so they'll have 3 locations in Poland. I'm definitely going back.
We're definitely gonna go there.
Yeah.
Chloe, do you know that in this city they have many, many, many donuts?
Yes. No.
I think that's what you guys smell. Let's go check it out.
Your tongue somewhere, don't know what to say.
So this reminds me of like what you'll see in Asia, like the street markets and stuff.
And then down below, there's actual ancient ruins.
So this town is known for its amber, and there's actually a street just dedicated to amber.
And be responsible. It's my heart.
A fair. It's like a national holiday, I guess. And you go around to the different information points, you ask a question, and then you get a stamp. So it's kind of like a treasure hunt. So the building behind me is actually their great armory, and right now it's a university, like an arts university, and there's an art exhibit apparently as well.
At the Golden Gate, and you end the street with the Green Gate.
Anywhere that there's treasure hunts, the girls have so much fun. That's why we're starting to create these treasure hunts in every city that we visit. Before coming here, I literally had no idea what Gdansk was, what it was about, what it looked like, nothing. And it's beautiful. So this sculpture here is called the Neptune sculpture. This here is the other side and the other city gate, basically.
At Neptune's bar. It's quite stressful because there's a lot of people and it's like a cafeteria, so I got some fish and potatoes. She got pork and potatoes. She got a nice soup and some mushroom pancakes and some salads. Yeah.
It's really good, but very busy.
Very busy. So this is the inside of the church. I hope it's under construction because it looks like it could be a bit more stuff inside.
I think the inside of the church is definitely under construction or something.
Because it's so white.
It's not what we're used to seeing.
See that big boat over there? That's actually a museum.
So every time a boat needs to go through, like this boat here, they have to open the bridge, like they're doing right now.
And look how tall it's going up.
We think the same.
This is the real boat that's trying to go through.
So we're now gonna go see the World War II Museum.
That's Mussolini, that guy. He was the leader of Italy. Here's a really good example of the dividing line. So it shows kind of the Russian side of the war and the German side and what ruled what. And it's interesting because where we just were in Belarus used to be part of Poland and they never gained it back. So it's still now kind of a Russian territory, if you will. Now here you can see even Lviv was basically taken over at this time by the Russians. All the way up there's Vilnius. So right there, came all the way here, and that was all Germany coming in. Here's something they never teach you in school. The Germans captured 5.7 million Red Army, which was the Russians, put them into these camps, and they were basically starved to death. So in a few months, it killed 3 million Soviet prisoners of war. This is basically the way it should have been. So based on the convention, prisoners of war should have had...
Number 10.
Prisoners of war shall be lodged in buildings or huts which afford all possible safeguards as regards hygiene. When I heard that there was another museum about the World War II, I was like, oh my gosh, how many museums are we going to see? And then all our videos are just going to be about World War II and blah, 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 blah. But honestly, guys, if you get a chance to come here and see only one museum in Europe, this is the one to come see. It has the most amazing exhibition of all the different parts of the world and what was going on all along at the same time. Then it has an audio guided tour like no other. So you listen to the guide and it literally directs you through the museum and it'll say, now turn left, now turn right, and in this room. And it teaches you what was happening in Spain, what was happening in Asia, what was happening like all over. And you get like a vast knowledge of the World War II in like a nutshell in 3 hours. So it's totally worth coming just here. If you get a chance, I would say for kids going to school around the world, this would be the one spot to bring them to learn about what happened in history during that time. Clarifying, it's 20 for a whole family to go in, not 20 each. So I wanted to find out from the girls' perspective, what's one thing that they learned while they were in there that they didn't know beforehand?
Well, like, I didn't realize that, like, Poland, like, Germany and the Soviet Union were both, like, wanting it at the same time, kind of, and then there's, like, half of it was, like, from German occupation and then Soviet Union, and the Germans actually, like, captured, or in prison like 5 million and whatever Soviet people, and that was just crazy too. I didn't know that. So I knew that the Germans attacked Poland, but I didn't know they attacked Germany, and they attacked in a whole bunch of different cities, and some people that weren't even voting for Hitler died. That the Japanese people wanted to earn all the Pacific Oceans, so they bombed Hawaii, and then America bombed Japan.
This is Gdansk in 1945 after the war.
Look, it's a clock tower, the church at the end of the
Here's
street.
another image of what it looked like. Basically completely destroyed.
Is that correct?
Yeah, look that way. Look this way, Angelique, more. Put your head out and look. There you, and then look more even that way.
So this here is the map of Gdansk. As you can see, it's quite small. This is the main pedestrian street. This is the river, and it's kind of just down in the downtown here. So
where did we go yesterday? You want to show her where we are right now, maybe?
So right now we're here, and you can walk down. This is the Golden Gate, this is the Green Gate, this is the river, and there's the museum, I think it's up here somewhere. The train stations, train station would be kind of more this way somewhere here.
So the girls today are finishing up their treasure hunt, but we're not sure where the last one is.
Okay, so just to let you guys know, this goes on the first 3 weeks of August.
So right behind us is a thermometer, and most of you guys know the Fahrenheit thermometer for temperature. The guy who invented it, his name was Daniel Fahrenheit, and he was from Gdansk.
The guy, he was actually born here in 1886.
And something bad happened to him because he lived a nomadic lifestyle with his parents. His dad was a merchant, so he moved from city to city selling things.
But when he was 16, his parents ate poisonous mushrooms when he became an orphan.
Yeah, and so then he was still in the scientific kind of realm of things, and he invented the Fahrenheit scale. So many use it still, obviously in the United States and other countries. So
in that building behind me was the oldest crane in Europe.
the girls, this is like take how many on our prize?
4. One time trying to find a better price because they only have bags.
So they have these booths all over the city, and for 3 weeks, like Julia was saying, and then you get a prize. And the girls are trying to see, because the first stop, he said there's different prizes, so that's what they're after.
Okay, so if you didn't know what amber is, it's kind of like the sap from a tree, but when it's like hardened and stuff, so it's very clear and stuff. And as well, if you know the movie Jurassic Park, well, they use like the amber and they take the blood from the mosquito to recreate the DNA of like a dinosaur. And as you can see here, it's actually bugs. You can see in some things.
We're right now inside the Amber Museum. It was 20 zlotys to go in for the whole family, 5 extra to go up to see the viewpoint. And they explain like where amber came from and everything like that. And it's interesting because we always think of it as like some kind of stone, which it is kind of like a precious stone, but essentially it is resin from a tree and from like a pine tree or several types of pine tree.
Which is crazy, in some stones they have the bugs, but some of the bugs they don't even know what they are, which is crazy. As you can see, I'm gonna grab a banana.
An amber banana.
And come over here, this is crazy.
This is the
really
coolest.
pretty.
That's
The
pretty.
chest. That's
But you know what's really pretty is this here.
The bow? There's something even prettier, both with waves in here. So behind me is the view of the city gate. You can see people, you can see buildings. And this is the view from the square. Also really pretty. This was when it got all demolished. And then this was after. So this is the long street. It's the best view. Wow.
Chloe wants to say something, so I'll say it really fast to you guys. We are about to enter into one of the most beautiful areas because there has a beach, and beautiful blue
And
skies.
the sun, maybe we can get
The sun. So the girls want a
Lottie.
lottie.
If you don't know what that is, it's this ice cream that's like this.
It's really black and
I
white.
think Lottie actually just means ice cream in their language.
Probably. It's a swirl.
Because everywhere
Does
says
it?
Lottie's ice cream.
Oh, maybe.
Swirly Lottie.
So we're excited to go see because this is a beautiful little beachside town right beside Gdansk.
I just had to stop and wonder, what is this doing here? I'm just joking. It's a crooked house. And I think it's like, I don't know what's in it, but well, maybe we'll see.
All right, what'd you guys get?
Got our lattes and my dad
Some
got
kind
a
of
big
massive
waffle.
dessert.
So this town is called Sopopt, and it's a little beach town.
I just want to film this cool building. I think it's all the Sheraton Hotel. It's really pretty.
It really reminds me of like Disney or like the Grand Floridian downtown Disney, really Disney feel.
Because of all the people too, right?
Yeah.
I think so. To go out on the pier, which is like the most famous pier because it's the longest one in all of Europe. It costs basically 20 zlotys, which is about $6 or so for the family to go out and see. So we're gonna go do that right now and check it out. Now it is like Disney with lineups and entrance fees and visa sponsorships. So this is the longest wooden pier. Oh, now Julia, doesn't it feel like you're at the boardwalk? Downtown Disney Hotel? Talk about major sponsorship. You see like Visa everywhere. What is it?
Oh my goodness gracious.
The beach?
What's the town name?
It's called Sopa. So right now we're technically doing what's called the health walk because here the iodine levels are higher than if you're back there on the shore. So we're inhaling healthy iodined air.
So you can go on a whole bunch of different boat rides, and Hammy is a pirate boat. So if you want, you can come on and say, ahoy, matey.
Should know better, 'cause you always do this to me. But you start to play, later this will leave, but I don't bet. And I promise myself it will never happen again. But oh, here I stand, heartbroken and weary. Really got me, really got me, really got me. Really got me, really got me, really got me, really got me.
Thanks for watching our tour of Gdansk Poland. Please subscribe and don't forget to give us a big thumbs up. And comment down below